Good morning, everybody. This is Vince with Listings to Leads, and we're going to get started here. Today, it's top tools for more listings. So let me know in the comments panel, do you have listings now? Do you not have listings? And also, how long have you been with us? So let me change this view so we won't be looking at me. We'll just be looking at the site here. Let me know if the audio is okay. I noticed that when I have my my video camera running and visible, it kind of chews up the memory. So before we get into listings to leads, I do want to take you down in case some of you are not clients or you're just learning about us still. If you scroll down from our homepage, you're going to see these two panels here. On the left side are all the kinds of tools, the highlight of the tools that we have to help you get listings. So yeah, we definitely have software from Facebook and Instagram and Google built in. You can run ads on a couple clicks. You can get listings there for sure. We have marketing funnels in the way of listing landing pages and PDF guides and landing pages for like FSBOs and expireds and things like that. And what is your home worth? We'll be looking at those today. We also have single property websites and virtual tours. These also capture leads. And then we have a lot of free social media content that we can push out on your socials. That's a set and forget area. We have email marketing, drip campaigns and things like that. And also just tools to keep people engaged and to capture leads. And we also have print tools, right? And print tools that are relevant here are just sold advertising, the nearby homeowner letter. We're going to be looking at these in a few minutes. And then there's a great marketing calendar, and everything we do has call to actions, right? On the right-hand side, we have a lot of tools to keep people engaged, but also to help you close those leads. We've been doing this for 16 years. There's no company even close to capturing as many leads as us. So we are putting more energy on making it simpler and to help you convert those into transactions. So you'll notice, I'm going to show you inside, we actually have our own email drip campaigns and we have our own AI text follow-up. So if you're using Facebook advertising, you're getting a lot of leads with name, email, and phone number, the AI is really helpful to capturing leads. So before we get into the system, I do want to recommend to everybody up on the top left, there is a marketing calendar. And so if you're new to us, make sure you get on the tabs up here where it says resources. You can sign up for our live classes like the one we have right here down here where it says live webinar, but we record every call and every call is loaded to our YouTube channel and that you can get to right here. And then also we have a mastermind group. Right. And that's something that you should be scanning, 10, 15, 20 minutes every week. It's where Scott and I talk about what's going on. He's talking about what's going on, but also our clients come in with their questions and also their successes and sometimes, what's not working for them. So you can learn a lot there. And Kim saying no listings, no worries. We've got ways to help you get listings here. We'll be getting into this tools section in just a second. So this is our YouTube channel here. Our live call, like today, it's on the live tab here, but everything is recorded and on this page as well. And if you've got a few extra minutes, you can always go to our short section and there are 1-minute videos here to really get stuff in bite-sized bits and see what you can do. The details are under the live calls here and under videos here. These are longer calls, training calls, like the one we're going to do today. We also have our mastermind group, which I mentioned you can get to from the resource. It's a private group on Facebook, so you do have to be a client to be accepted, but there's a lot of great information here. And agents are learning just like you're learning. And so often they come in here and they will share, hey, I just did this and I got these great results. So if you want to learn from your peers, you can see a lot of stuff there. Often they're asking questions and things like that. So you need help. Yeah, Karen needs help to get more listings too. So let's get into the system. We now know that the marketing calendar is here. This is really going to be a great resource for you to learn how to use this. I am going to dive into this tool. This is actually just a piece of paper, right? But I think for this call, I always like to start here because these are the things that we want to talk about. If you get distracted with a phone call, at least you know what you need to be thinking about. And that is mail out the nearby homeowner letter. I'm going to show you where all this stuff lives inside the system. This is one of our top tools, not for the volume of leads that it gets, but for the quality of leads. If you're getting leads from our nearby homeowner letter, these are coming. This is a really strategic and direct way of hitting people with homeowners. So you definitely want to be using that. You can also run ads on Facebook. That's number two. And Facebook, you can run ads on homes that are pending or under contract or sold. And two people here have mentioned that they don't have listings, right? But they want more leads. There's a couple things. You might have sold something in the past, like in the past 1 or 2 months. You can put it in the system, and these tools and these ads would be auto-generated for you. You could also borrow listings. And if you do that for homes that were sold in your area, and a lot of our clients do that, they might be a realtor in 5 or 6 markets, but they really want to dominate one. Often it's the neighborhood where they live, the area where they live. So they can borrow listings from that area, even if they're sold, and run ads and use the mailing tools to capture leads on that. So then you can create a property valuation page. We're going to go look at that. How do you do that in just a moment? When you create this, you don't need any listings. It's now you create a landing page. It gets an instant home value. You take it, you market it, multiple ways to get it in the market, and you can capture seller leads. And the next item here, run ads on Facebook or Google with that landing page. Once you've created it, you run ads with it. You're getting it in front of thousands of people, and that works. Now, we've also got seller PDF guides. Okay. We'll go look at those in a moment. There are 80 of them for you in all of your accounts. Okay. 40 are for home buyers and 40 are for home sellers. So you can market those with Facebook and Google ads. You can market them for free on social media. You have print tools like postcards and door hangers if you want to tell people to scan here and go get this guide. You even have email tools that you can copy and blast out on your leads, right? And then there's a home sold report. The home sold report is actually a letter tying people to the property valuation page. So when you create that, you'll have print options to get those out. Now, it also says mail just sold postcards. So I had mentioned a couple minutes ago, you could borrow listings, or maybe you've already sold listings in an area where you want more listings. I do see, and I'm sure you might have tried it yourself, I often see agents mailing out just sold postcards. The call to action, however, is always call me, right? When you want to talk, call me. Our call to actions are, hey, scan here or go to this website to get your free home value now. So mailing out just sold content, whether it's a postcard or a door hanger or a letter, is smart. But having call to actions that can capture contact information is even better. So that's why you want to be using our tools. And I'll show you what that all means when we get in there. There are a lot of e-flyers that you can use and blast on your own CRM. And then there are even tools that we design for the homeowners. If you are coming to us to capture leads, and most of our clients are, you can also get leads that are coming from your clients, friends, and family and colleagues. And so we design tools when you have a listing with us that you can give to the homeowner and they can share it. It can actually get your referrals. It's really great. And then last here, I'm actually going to dive into this pretty soon. And that is having an advanced custom audience to target your area is really like something you can do with Facebook and also use in print and in email. So let me ask, I know, let's see, can I run ads for a house that I represented the buyer? Yeah, yes, you can. And a lot of clients do that. So when we look here, it says run ads on pending, under contract, and sold. There are a lot of agents that are helping somebody buy the home, right? So they know that they know that home's about to close because they are in the contract there. So a lot of agents will pull that listing into their account. And Richard, you do have to be aware of whatever local MLS rules you have. Sometimes you need, how do you say, you need authority, or you need to ask like, hey, can I market that? And so but from a technical perspective, yeah, you can get it into your account and you can run ads and market it in those ways. So let's get into the system, and let me close a few of these pages here so I don't have too much open. And let's go back to, where is that? Where did I lose mine? Did I already lose it? Okay. At the top of the list. Oh, this is what I'm looking for. So I want to make sure that we speak to these things. Now, I do want to mention before we dive into this, there are a few things that are killing it for our clients right now, right? Like what's working right now that people are getting results across the country. And I want to point those things out. One is our listing presentation. Okay. Now we actually create a generic listing presentation, but you can actually create custom ones for a listing presentation. So imagine you're capturing seller leads with us. You convert it, you get an appointment. You can come in with a listing presentation that is particularly for their house, right? And it'll have their address and their name. This is created for them. That's a picture of the homeowner's house. So you can create this inside the system. And as you go through the presentation, you can see this is what your house is going to look like on social media. This is what it's going to look like on YouTube. And you can walk through this story. I have print tools. I have nearby homeowner letters. All of these things are created by us. It's not mentioning listings to leads. It's really just mentioning this is what you bring to the table. And I can tell you from months of talking to agents, it's this page right here about mobile marketing and QR codes that's closing the deal. Okay. And so you want to create this. I'll show you where to create it. And you want to get familiar with this listing presentation. It really is speaking to all the automation that we do for our clients, but it's just talking about you and how you get homes sold. If you stop here and you ask the homeowner at the kitchen table to scan that, a link will pop up. They can click on it. Their home is going to be sitting on their phone. And pretty much the discussion is over for most of our clients. For like 90, there was only one client who lost this listing presentation, and that's because it was already sold before she went on it. She was trying to, it was a FSBO and a neighbor bought it, and she was going to try and get the listing and have more, try to get more money. But the homeowner was just like, no, I've already got a deal. So that was the only one in 2 months that we have lost. And so that's helpful to know. The other thing that's really important, and I would definitely recommend, if you can email me, I'm Vince at Listings to Leads. Our open house marketing is getting more listings for our clients as well. And a lot of agents, as I talk to agents every day of the week here, a lot of agents don't want to do open houses. And that we have a lot of long-term seasoned agents who are running ads, and they are getting more listings from those two activities. So if you want to email me at Vince at Listings Leads, I have a great email on our open house marketing, and you should definitely be doing that. And here's a great thing. You actually can borrow listings just like the sold ones and run open houses for other agents. And this will get you more listings. Okay. And so that's really an important thing. Let's see here. Oh, my audio's cutting out. Let's see here. Let me see if I have too much stuff open. Let me close a few things here. And audio is cutting out. Yeah. Sorry. Let's see. Can I run ads? Yes, Jordan, you can run ads when you're with other agents' listings. You do need the permission. And let's just go over there and look. Let's go to listings right here. And it sounds like my audio is getting a little bit better. But let's go to listings and talk about what tools are there to market when you have listings, right? And by the way, you might not have your own listings. You can come to this page right here that says listings and add a listing, and where you can grab it. This is where you're borrowing a listing from another agent, right? And so you just need the zip code and the MLS ID, and that will pull in the listing. And then all the tools that capture leads are going to help you. A lot of our clients do this with early stage listings, but you can also do it with later stage listings. Those actually, let me correct myself. If the home is sold, you will have to manually enter the listing. You can't grab a listing that's already sold. And so if you sold something in the past month, and you're new to us, you might want to pull it in. If you're borrowing a listing, you can also manually add it there as well. Okay, sounds like the sound is better. Not sure what happened there. Let me talk about a couple of things here. Remember, we were just looking at the listing presentation, and you can actually click here to manually add. So if you're creating a listing presentation, you're going to do a manual add of a listing. Okay. And we'll wait for this page to pull up. Usually when you hit that button, the property is just listed. Change this to listing presentation. And here you add the homeowner's name. You can add the email and phone if you want. Beautiful home in whatever city, add the address, and then just put beautiful home in that city and add one photo. You can take this photo with your smartphone, or you might find it over on Zillow. We're not publishing this. We're just creating a listing presentation that you're going to show directly to the homeowner. Okay. And so I actually have a listing presentation here. And when we click on it, and this is the one that I was just showing you, you'll notice that you can download it and you will have it in flipbook mode. Flipbook means it's like an online magazine. So you download it here. And if you're going on a listing presentation, we definitely recommend that you download this print version. You bind it, maybe you put it, it's already branded. Maybe you put it in an envelope and you leave that behind. But this version here, the flipbook version, is that online magazine look, right? So you want this open on your laptop, or you want it open on your iPad when you go to the house. And then, it's going to say, for this homeowner, and you go through, right? And we were looking at that. So that's how you get there, is you create a listing manually as a listing presentation. But what about and remember, you can borrow listings and bring them into the system. So what do we want to do once we have that in there? So I have a property that's sold, right? You always want to click on market listing, and this gets you to the tools that will generate listings. So at the top, the first thing is a Facebook ad. Okay. Now this is easy. And I will tell you this, I mentioned it at the beginning of the call, that we have our own email drip campaigns and we have our own AI text follow-up. And honestly, the combination of those two things, working your leads, is closing appointments. It's bringing leads to our agents, and you want to be utilizing that. Okay. When you sign up with our platform, you can actually integrate your CRM with our leads, meaning when you capture a lead, we drop it in your CRM. Okay. And ideally, you've got a drip campaign going on. You might even have like your own AI text follow-up in your campaign. A couple of CRMs do that. And I can just tell you, we know because we can see it. And also our clients are A/B testing. We have a higher open rate of our emails than I think any other CRM company out there. And that's important. It also goes to the inbox. It doesn't go to your updates folder or whatever. It goes right to the inbox. This is very important because the drip campaign isn't doing much for you if people don't see it. But we know from experience that it's actually closing. It's getting conversations with our clients. And that's what you want. You've come to Listings to Leads to market and capture leads, but that's all for the purpose of having business, right? Closing more transactions. So what I'm saying is, over here on follow-ups is a drip campaign that is closing appointments. And if you combine it with our AI text follow-up, which is under this leads page, that's where it's texting these people automatically. And the whole point of our Facebook ads, and why we concentrate and why our clients concentrate on this, is these leads come with name, email, and phone number. Okay. This is a sold home, and it says, hey, this home is sold. It's going to affect your home value. Click here to get your home value. That's it. Real simple. This captures a lot of leads, right? You are not restricted for the number of listing presentations that you create. That's a question from Janita. However, if you have an agent account, you are capped by 10 listings. You can expand, you can go up to 20 listings or 50 listings and even 100 listings, but you do have to pay more for that account. When you're doing a listing presentation, you do it once, right? You might do it twice, but it's one time. And then you can delete it out and put the next one in there, right? So you can rotate, you can delete your listings and add more as you keep going. So I want to explain something about this ad. It's pre-written. As long as you have a listing and it's sold, it's pre-written. You can choose the right photos, but I want you to understand what is making this so important to you. And that is, when a person clicks on this form, it's going to say, what's your time frame to sell? It's also going to say, would you like my free guide on how to sell a home? We deliver it for free to whoever clicked on it. But what's more important is this form that you're looking at right here with a full name and email and phone number. That is looking right at the person. And it said, would you like this info? And it says, yes, submit my information. So they are literally looking at their name, phone number, and email when they send it to you. Okay. Now over here, this is actually language that it gets them off the do not call list, right? So even if they are on a do not call list, because they accepted this, they actually are saying, you can call me. Okay. But I want to hit timeout because imagine somebody clicked on this. They said, yes, send me that information. I want that. And you get the lead because we emailed to you. And what are you going to do? You're going to call them. But you know what? We live in a world today where there are so many scams. I just got a scam email that looked like it came from Facebook about 30 minutes ago. And I clicked through and I think, oh, this is a scam, right? There are scams in your text messages. There are scams coming at you in Facebook. There's definitely scams coming at you on your phone call. They're just all over the place. So when you call a lead immediately and they just click that, they're going to probably say something like, I don't know what you're talking about, because they do not know you. Okay. And that's why we tell clients, text those leads first. And if you want, use our AI text follow-up because it will text those leads for you automatically. You actually need to touch a lead like 10 to 15 times on average to get them to close. That means that some people need like 20 hits, right? So if you're emailing them and you're texting them, and then maybe after a few hours or a day or two, you're calling the lead, you're really nurturing the lead, right? And that's really important to do because look, it would be awesome that every lead that you capture on the internet, you could call and they would talk to you. But unfortunately, that is just not reality. That's why you need to have a solution to work your leads. If your CRM does that for you, great. If it's not, if your phone is not ringing because of your drip campaigns, go turn them on over here and turn on our AI and you will see a big difference. You don't have to click advanced options or look at that form when you're running an ad. You can literally just click that right there, right? And that's going to create the ad. And that's one of the first things you should do when you have a sold property or a pending property or something under contract. If it's under contract, it's like this home is under contract. As soon as it closes, it's going to affect your home value. Click here for your home value, right? That's what it's doing. Now, I want to point out that there is a cost per lead, right? We have a $50 ad budget here. That means this ad, you cannot spend more than $50 in 7 days. But Facebook, they put the price on your lead. And when you run an ad on a home that's sold, like we're doing right here, that lead can cost on average $7 each. Okay. So if you divide seven, so that on a home that is pending or under contract, the language is the same, but those leads can often be much less, right? Those leads can be like $3 each instead of $7 each. Now, here's one thing that you can customize. And I was speaking to an agent just a couple hours ago, and she's saying, yeah, you know what? I just sold a home and I sold it in 8 days, right? And you would want to put that in the ad. If you sold above asking, put that in the ad because that is an incentive for you, right? If you have 8 offers or whatever, multiple offers, that can help your ad work better. But most of our clients don't do that. They just do sold, affects your home value, and they get seller leads. Have we lost the ability to post to our Facebook page? I just noticed mine has not posted there since June 5th, and there isn't an option to connect it back. Check with the support team. And go to your profile. So down here, profile, that's where auto posting is. And I think that's what you're talking about. You might want to disconnect and reconnect. Sometimes Facebook has a little glitch and you just disconnect and reconnect. Now here, this is social media auto posting. And that's what Sarah was just asking about. This is an automated post, which looks a lot like your ad, but it's very different from an ad. When you run an ad, usually 1,000 to 3,000 people will see it. When you do an automated post, it just goes to your social media accounts and only really those people can see it. So it's very different. Looks good. And it's good because it takes the work off your table, off your plate, so you don't have to do it. Now, if you remember on top tools for more listings, at the top of that list, or on this list here, it's a nearby homeowner letter. And if you want this letter, email me at Vince@Listings to Leads. I'll put my email in the system in the comments here. And just, you can ask her 2 things, open house and top tools for more listings. It's Listings leads.com. That's my email there. If you're watching this on a recording, my email is on the website. It's vince@listingstoleads.com. So the nearby homeowner letter is right here. And this is something that our clients mail out when they have a home that's just listed. And then when the home is sold, they mail it again and it'll say that it's sold, right? This one is sold. So let's look at it. Let's look at it real quickly. And this has been a top tool for many years, right? And it's very simple. We'll look at it real quickly and you'll see why it works. First of all, it's not a big, heavy read. Actually, we just had somebody come in the mastermind group and say, hey, I mailed out a bunch of these and it didn't work, right? And fortunately, he showed us a picture of what he did, because you can actually edit this paper right here. But if you look at it, you'll notice it's not the sexiest thing in the world. It's also just designed to be scanned and make a decision in just a few seconds, right? And that decision that you want, and the purpose of this call, is to find out the home is sold. So we're not getting buyer leads here, right? If you go to scan that, or you go to that website, it's going to say that affected your home value. You're going to get your seller lead. But in the same letter, it says that affects your home value, and go here to get your free home value. And we point them to this page, which we auto-generated for you as well, right? So mailing this letter to people that own homes in your area or around this home, that would be one of the smartest things you can do. Now, I mentioned that one agent came in the mastermind group and said, hey, I didn't get anything. And he actually decided to edit this thing. And he had 3 massive paragraphs of things to read. And we all went to some school, but I can tell you the way that the world is, nobody can really read anymore. So if you put a bunch of text in here, you're really hiding all the call to actions. And that's why it was just obvious. We looked at it, it's like, oh my God, where is the call to action? Here, it's straightforward, right? And that's the whole purpose of listings to leads. If you as a realtor are going to go out there and do something and market or share or even send an email, you need to have call to actions. That's why you need to work with us. So this is auto-generated for every client. If you're using our client here, Express Copy, they're not our client. They're just a technology partner. And if you connect that, this green button will appear in your account. And let me show you what that allows you to do. It says get mailing list. So Express Copy has this national database of everybody that owns a home. So when you say, hey, Express Copy, you mail it, you can say, I want to do a 1 or 2 mile radius or more. And they will only send to people that have owned their homes for more than 15 years, single family homes. That's exactly what you want to do. You sold the home. You want to do this if you want more listings around that home, right? And so they'll download it, they'll fold it, and they'll mail it, right? And you just submit the order, right? They take all the work off your plate. There's only one downside to this, and that is that the envelopes, the font, they look almost like bulk mail. They don't look like anything personal. And that's actually really important, because you're mailing something to people that own a home and you want them to open the mail, right? So if it looks like bulk mail, they may not even bring it in your house. Now I'm going to open this here, and I'm going to take us over the mastermind group. What we have, Express Mail, right? They actually use that. They go to a company like Remine or listsource.com, or they'll go to Arch Agent or Vulcan 7, and they buy a list of homeowners that they're going to own themselves, right? And they buy the name, email, phone number, and mailing address. So if you've gone through that effort, now when you mail this letter, what's the problem here? It will actually go to those people, but you're doing it yourself. And there is a reason that you might want to do that. Now, in the past, we've been training on that letter for more than 10 years. I used to tell agents, hey, put it in a colorful envelope. And there are agents that already do this. They have their own envelopes that are like lemon yellow or really like fluorescent green. And when they mail something, they use that. That way it doesn't look like bulk mail. This lady here, I think, has been a client for 14 or 15 years, Pat Motley. And she has been talking about this letter in our mastermind group for at least 10 years that I can remember. And now she's blowing us away because she's doing something even different. So this is the Dear My Homeowner letter. She pulled in some sales data, a little bit of reading there. But after she prints her 100, she uses Microsoft Publisher, flips the piece of paper over and prints on the back. So that little red stamp is done by Microsoft Publisher. And then she hand folds these things and hand writes those envelopes, right? Now, why would that lady go through all that effort if we can do it in 2 clicks over here with Express Copy? The reason is actually, the answer is right here. The first batch of 100 for just listed got her 4 homeowners calling her saying, hey, I want my home value. This batch, which is sold, got her another 4 people. All 8 of those people wanted to sell their home with her. That's from leveraging 1 listing and 200 pieces of mail. Yes, she did take some extra time to handwrite that. Okay. So, big difference. Now, I will point this out. We found a company called, what was it called? It's called Zaire Mail. We heard about this a few weeks ago, and they have really cool font, like handwritten font. Okay. And what's interesting about this, I don't know what all these logos are about. Our website's weird. Okay. You don't need a monthly subscription here to this account. You can just say, hey, I want to send out 100. And they will get it done. And their font looks a lot better. A lot of agents are talking, how that works. You might want to try that yourself. So then, because this home is sold, you could also mail out postcards. Some of you have actually mailed out postcards. I get mailed postcards. They have the best branding and they have your headshot in there, but they don't have any call to actions. On the front of our postcard, go to that website or scan there and go become a seller lead. Go get your home value. On the back of the postcard, that affects your home value. Go to that website and become a seller lead. Front and back of this postcard can capture seller leads for you. If you're going to mail a just sold postcard, have a look at your postcard design before you do that. Because most clients, most agents mail things without any return. They just know they should be mailing things, but you really need to be mailing things with call to actions. And that's what we've designed for you. They're ready for you here. There is an e-flyer for your database. And what this means is if you have leads in your CRM, you can copy this by clicking this and copy it here. And that link are all going to drive to a just sold landing page to capture seller leads. The same email is going to say that affected my home value. Go here to get your free home value. And that drives to the home value page. Even the signature says get your free home value. So there's a lot of call to actions on one email. You just got to copy it here and blast it out via your CRM. What is the name of the website? Is that the printer? It's I call it Zaire, but it's Z-Air, like the letter Z Airmail. That's what it is, .com. A lot of our clients are starting to use this. It's pretty useful, right, for that. And that's kind of it. There is one more tool that you definitely want to share. So it says share on your seller's social media. And this one clients often ignore. And I recommend that you definitely use it. So we email this to you and we give you some instructions and it says something about Sally Seller. And that's usually where agents' eyeballs just roll up and they're not interested anymore. It's actually a super valuable tool for you. So we send this tool to you when it's just listed. We send it to you again when you have an open house, and we send it to you again when it's sold. You should actually use them all 3 times. And it's when it's sold that it actually makes more sense because it says, hey, our home is sold and we want to recommend you at your office. And here's your name and phone number and email in front of all of my friends and family and colleagues. So when you're running an ad, you're targeting a bunch of people, like 1,000, 2,000 people that live in a radius around you, right? Around this area. When you post something on your own social media, really the people who follow you are seeing it. But when your client is posting, it's going to say, hey, our home is sold and we want to recommend you at your office and here's your name and email. And this big picture is here. If they click on any of that, it's going to bring them to a page that offers them a home value. So you're getting leads, not from random people 15 miles around you. You're getting leads from the homeowners, friends and family and colleagues that they share information with on Facebook. They can now share that you are their realtor. Okay. That's really important if you like referrals. So those are the tools when you have listings. And even if you didn't have your own listing, you could borrow one. That tool wouldn't be available for you, but all the other tools, running ads, and nearby homeowner letter, are there and ready for you. So let's talk about PDF guides. And there's a couple of things that you want to know about these. There are 80 for each of you, and they're all branded to you on every page. They're all about 5 or 6 pages long. But if you click on this tab here, these are the ones for homeowners, right? And if you click on, let's go 12 mistakes of marketing tools. Click on marketing tools. This is how you get the PDF guide out into the market. Now, just so you know, if you're a client of ours and you do the automation and social content, we're actually going to post these throughout the year on your social media accounts for free. And we put a landing page behind it so people can download it if they want to, if they give you their contact information. Just give us your contact information, you can download it right now. So we do that automatically for free for our clients. But if you want to run an ad, and I'm going to do one in Walnut Creek, which is a town near me, you can do that, right? Boom, right there. Walnut Creek and 15-mile radius, okay? And boom, all you do is create the ad and everything is done for you, okay? You can also do it on Google. And that's a real smart thing to do on Google because Google is the #1 website in the country. I think it's #1 in the world. And if somebody says, hey, I'm thinking of selling my home, we put everything together. We put all the keywords there, all the headlines, and we give them a landing page that they can download this. We actually had a client run an ad on Google, this exact PDF guide. And he got a listing from running just one ad, right? As I mentioned, we share it for free on social media automatically. But if you like to do things by hand, you can click right here and share it by hand, one at a time. And that's how that works. Now, there's an e-flyer for your database. Remember, I was saying you might have your own data CRM with hundreds or thousands of leads in it. You should copy this and blast it off on those leads. If they click on that or on this, it's going to drive them to a page to download that as long as they give you their contact information. And as the signature also has its own, right? But you might want to mail out postcards or do door hangers. That way people can just download it right there, right? So again, if you want to mail things, definitely look at our print tools because we have the call to actions. If it's in print, it's always got a QR code, right? So if you think, oh, I need a QR code because for some reason you just find our print tools, wherever print tool you have, it's got a QR code for that particular thing, whether that's an open house, a home valuation landing page, or a PDF guide like this. Okay. And speaking of landing pages, let's go talk about landing pages. So when it comes to getting listings, there are many landing pages that can help you do that. Okay. Now, when you sign up and you join us, we give you I think like half a dozen landing pages just right out of the box. They're just sitting here waiting for you. One of them is this page right here called Free Home Values. Okay. If you click the pencil up here, and throughout the platform, pencil means edit. Okay. If you live, we have clients in Vermont, we have clients in Arizona, we have clients in Florida, all over the country. And this particular background picture does not look like their area. And if it doesn't look like your area, click background over here and put a big picture there to replace this picture. And then just like the PDF guides, you can click marketing tools and run an ad. Okay. And there are some pitfalls, some trips when you're running this ad. So I want to slow down and talk about that, right? You remember when I mentioned you should buy a list of homeowners from that area, from your #1 farm market. So you can actually create a landing page for every one of your farm markets, right? And there is a reason for you to do that because you're going to have print tools to mail there. You're going to have email tools. I have one here for Pleasant Hill. Oh, actually, I have one here for Walnut Creek. Let's look at that. And Walnut Creek, I mentioned early 3,000 people there. Okay. And this photograph, it's of the mall. It's in where everybody sits here in the afternoon, and there's water and sometimes there's music and stuff. So if Walnut Creek, you know this area. And that's the point. I want something that the locals know I have, right? That I know their area. So you would think that, hey, let's click on marketing tools now that I created my landing page, and let's create an ad, right? And there's a couple of mistakes that I think you can make here. And that's why I really appreciate you being here. And the first one is the Facebook ad, right? And the first thing that I definitely don't like is we are offering you traffic. And then clients do this, they run it, they type in Walnut Creek. Most of our clients do not even create a landing page for their favorite farm market. They just use the generic free home value, and they get many times 0 results. Okay. So there's a reason why this is helpful, because that looks like Walnut Creek. And you could say, hey, what is your Walnut Creek home worth now? And you would go, okay, I'm getting there, right? This is speaking to that market. There is a problem though. One is it's traffic, and I really prefer a lead ad. We talked about lead ads before. Or lead ad means if somebody clicks on it, their name, email, and phone number is boom. So with this, you're getting their information first. And as soon as we give them this message, hey, give us your address and get your home value now. So you want to use lead ads when you're running any ad with us, right? That's first. Most clients don't take this class, so they don't know that's first. But the other thing is, if I typed in Walnut Creek, you would think, okay, now I'm good to go. Walnut Creek, let's do it. That's the wrong Walnut Creek. That's the right Walnut Creek. What is this minimum 15-mile radius? That's the next hurdle. Okay, this is why it really becomes a waste. So I don't know if you guys have ever been to Walnut Creek, but let me show you where it is. And think of your market. Okay, like you're sitting all over the country. Maybe you're in Canada or in the Caribbean or Latin America. So I don't know where you are. So you want to pay attention to this. As I mentioned, Walnut Creek has about, population is 70,000. Oh, that's Pleasant Hill is 30. So 70,000 people. It's like a good kind of suburban community, right? It is. It's 30 minutes out of San Francisco. But you see this little picture here, all these cities here, that's about a 15-mile radius. And that's as tight as I can get with my ad. So what that means is literally more than one getting the 70,000 that live there. That is a big problem. And that is why I mentioned go buy a list from Remind or Redx or wherever you want to buy that list, and then come over here to the ad section and upload that list to your own Facebook account. Okay. Now you see here, it says create audience. You click that button and it tells you exactly what the spreadsheet needs to look like. And I'm going to tell you this because I actually did a call with some agents in Florida who were trying, it was a big group team account. They were trying to run this ad. They were trying to create this audience. And of course, my computer's like slowing down here. Give me a second. And they were getting error messages. Okay. So give me a second. Sometimes it's a little sticky here. I should probably close a few things just to ease up the pressure on my browser. I'm going to click, we'll let that finish. Yeah, we'll close this one and click create audience. And so you would call it like Walnut Creek Homeowners, right? Here's the thing. It has to be a minimum 1,000 names long. And here's the other thing. It has to have those headings right there. And here's what's messing up a lot of it. Save your file in a CSV format and make sure that the words email and number do not have, and all those 4 headings don't have an extra space behind it. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but sometimes when you buy these lists, it says email and then there's a space and you can't actually see the space because it's a space. It's just, there's no character there. That is blocking people from uploading it. which is just a super nuance, but that is a true statement that blocks it. So just make sure it's just got email, no space, number, no space, and then first name, last name. It has to be those headings and those columns. No more data. When you buy this list, there's probably going to be 20, 30 columns of data. Save that for another purpose, like mailing, and put it and then upload it to Facebook here. So if you bought this list, you bought it, let's just say from, I don't know, listsource.com. You upload it into Facebook, you upload the same list into your CRM, and you use it to mail, you're now hitting people on Facebook, in email, and in their mailbox. This is a really great way. Sarah, I'm not sure what's blurry. I thought that Facebook doesn't target database anymore. Nope, that's not true. You can upload a custom audience. Clients do it all the time. So that's really key, right? So you've got a target market. You bought a list of people that own a home, that have owned a home for more than 5 years at least. You're mailing things to them, you're emailing things to them, and you're running ads in front of Facebook on it. The only other thing I would suggest is getting a really cool sandwich board and walking around that neighborhood. So if we go back to this, you're mailing, you're running ads, you got property valuation, you can actually mail that valuation page to them. You can use an email, and since you bought that list, you can email that same thing to them. And you can run ads on those valuation pages, right? You've got e-flyers for all of your sold listings, all of your pending listings, all of your PDF guides, and any landing page that you want. And then you've got the print tools as well. I want to go back to the landing pages, though. I think I've got it open over here. There are other landing pages that, not just home values, you can actually create landing pages for FSBOs and for expireds. And you do that up here. They're template driven. So you just need type in here and type in San Antonio or whatever town you're in. We create these automatically, and our clients are getting results from all of these, right? So targeting a FSBO is probably a little bit trickier. I actually recommend that you use the print tools when you're doing that, because there aren't hundreds or thousands of FSBOs. There's a fixed number of them. You might see them in your MLS, you might see them in Zillow, you might see them on Craigslist. Get this page in front of them, because it's going to say, hey, would you like some free tools? Would you like a virtual tour? Would you like social media marketing? Would you like a flyer? You're selling it yourself. Yes, I want these. Great. Give us your information. That is where you start the conversation. And so when you create a FSBO, I got one here for Orlando, click on marketing tools, and you're going to see that, yes, you can run an ad on Facebook. I actually would not recommend running an ad on Facebook for FSBOs. I would recommend running an ad on Google for FSBOs, because it's already, the ad is already designed for people thinking of selling their home. E-flyer for your database, again, I don't know if I would use that. I would probably recommend buying a stack of postcards and a stack of door hangers. And I would mail the postcard anytime you see a FSBO. And I would drive by and hang that door hanger at the same home, because one or two, it might be one, not the other, that works. And that's what I would definitely recommend, because this is a finite group of people. This is not something, and Google is great for that too, because it's going to be one person who goes and does a Google search talking about trying to sell my own home. What do I do? And boom, this can pop up. That's definitely what I recommend. So we've talked about all the things that capture leads. Remember, and you can see all of these things if you go to the dashboard. If you go to the dashboard, every time you log in, you go to the dashboard, click on generate seller leads, and everything that I've discussed is going to be on this page. Running ads, running ads on Google, your later stage homes, where the nearby homeowner letter is going to be, where the just sold postcards will be, right? And landing pages and things like that, they're all going to be here, right? That's interesting. Click on this. Everything should be here. PDF guides, right, should all be here. So use these tools. And obviously you want to think about, there are a lot of tools to capture seller leads. Some are online, some are paid, some are free, some are print, and some are email. Using the combination is really how you're going to hit your farm market. So definitely get your strategy in place. If you want this letter here, which I think actually every agent should have this printed on their desk. And I know we have it hidden somewhere in the website, but These are the things that you need to be acting on and executing. You don't need to do them all every day. Some things you do a couple times a month. Sometimes you do a couple times a week. It just depends on what it is. And these are the tools that are going to help you capture more seller leads. Don't forget, we have that awesome listing presentation. And a lot of our clients are using the listing presentation when they meet FSBOs, when they meet expireds. We actually just had a client in Florida, saw a canceled listing, right? So he saw this really beautiful listing, waterfront, get canceled. And he called the homeowner. He said, hey, what happened? I saw your thing was there. He said, oh, yeah, I was working with this agent from Sotheby's and he wasn't doing anything to sell my home. So I just canceled it. And he said, what? Can we meet? I have a really great listing system that will get your home sold. And the guy said, yes. Yeah. Okay. Come over. And he created that listing presentation just like I showed you how to create it. And he went over there and he flipped through this. He won 2 listings that day because the man had 2 properties. He just happened to notice the one that was canceled. We've talked about many ways of capturing seller leads, right? Make sure you don't forget to use the listing presentation once you're getting face-to-face with these people. Where do we find the ultimate guide? Where do I find top tools? Email me, Rob, for this page here, and all of you are welcome. I will send you an email called Top Tools for More Listings, and this is attached. But the ultimate guide, we actually have an ultimate guide on the PDF guides page, one for buyers and for sellers. So if it's a seller lead, we're going to ask, do you want the ultimate guide? And we're going to let them download it right there. You don't even have to touch it. It's just part of the ad, right? Whether I'm just going to type in the word ultimate here, and you will see that we have one for buyers and for sellers. So that's auto delivered. Is there a tutorial how to make a landing page? Not really. But if you go to landing pages, all of our landing pages they're templated. So you just choose which one you want by clicking create landing page and then type in Kelly, what landing page were you thinking of creating? Here's an empty nester plus. This gives instant home value. Just type in the name of your favorite town and click create landing page and it's created. That's how you create a landing page. Are you trying to do, a new landing page for your farm? That's it. Like you want to go here and you want to click property valuation plus, that's the instant home value. And whatever the name of your farm is, you put it there. You want to create an expired landing page for the same farm area. And you want to create a FSBO landing page for the same area. And now you've got a bunch of tools, all with those 3 different landing pages to get out there and farm that area, right? Does that make sense, Kelly? Are there any other questions? I appreciate you guys hanging out with me here today, but let's see. I'm happy to answer questions on other topics too. Is there a video on how to use your drip campaign? Not really, but if you click on follow-ups, we actually cover this in the Get Started call. So if you go to our YouTube channel and look for Get Started, I definitely talk about that. But you turn it on. When you come here the first time, it's going to be off like these. You see, we have them in Spanish as well, but you just turn them on and boom, they're on. And any lead that you capture, whether it's a buyer lead or a seller lead, it's going to get a relevant drip campaign. The AI text follow-up is underneath leads, but if I open up the leads, it creates problems for the video. When you open up the leads tab, there's a page. It shows you what the conversations look like, and it also tells you this is how you sign up. If you're doing Facebook ads and you're going to be targeting X number of Facebook leads every month, you choose that AI. If it's going to be more than 10 leads a month, you want to use AI. If you're going to run one ad a month, one ad every quarter, which we certainly wouldn't recommend, you could probably just text those leads yourself. I think for our new clients, they kind of run 1 or 2 ads. They're noticing they're getting 10 to 15 leads on every ad, and they can manage those texts for the first 1 or 2 ads. After that, our AI tech is converting 11% of our leads to a phone call. And I'm pretty sure you guys are all awesome on the phone. So you want to get a lead to a phone call, and our AI is doing that. What's the email address to send a request guide? Oh, Vince at listings to leads. It's on our website, but Vince at listings I'll send it over if I can see and spell right. Listings to leads.com. Yes. So that's going to everybody right now. And if you want, I recommend, I mentioned at the beginning of the call, our open house marketing is getting listings for our clients. And I know a lot of client agents don't want to do open houses, but I'm telling you, if you want more listings, you need to talk to more people. And with our marketing system, it's branding you so heavily. And the nearby homeowner letter, you're getting into the neighborhood. The homeowners who are thinking of selling are probably going to walk through that open house. I recommend sending a message and saying, I want the open house email and I want the top tools for more listings. And then you'll have that cheat sheet, and you'll have also the worksheet for open house marketing. So everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. This call has been recorded. It will be on our YouTube channel, I think today or tomorrow. So have a great week. Thanks, everybody. I don't see any more questions. If you have one, put it in there. Otherwise, we'll talk soon. Thanks.